In the distant future, overpopulation has resulted in a shortage of resources, so the government enforces a strict one-child policy. The Child Allocation Bureau, directed by political activist Cayman, encourages people to put illegally conceived children in cryosleep. The government strictly executes the one-child policy as they have multiple checkpoints where they scan people regularly and expect them to wear an identity bracelet. During these strict government sanctions, a mother secretly births identical septuplets. However, she dies during childbirth, so her father takes responsibility for the children. The grandfather, Mr. Terrence, names the siblings 7 days a week. He vows to raise his grandkids safely in the confinement of his home and starts to teach them. He makes rules for their safety to never leave home at once. Only one sibling can leave with a single identity, Karen. They wear wigs and similar makeup to avoid suspicion, with regular daily meetings to keep the others updated. One day a rebel, Thursday, sneaks out of the house without permission and gets her finger cut in an accident. Consequently, Terrence is forced to cut the fingers of other siblings to match their identity. He even makes them choose a similar interest career path so that they can carry out the same job. 30 years later, in the present, Sunday goes out as Karen and witnesses the Child Allocation Bureau, AB members forcefully taking away a child. She records the incident on her bracelet device to show her siblings later. During their mandatory meeting, they watch the video and wonder if cryosleep is better for them since they all lack freedom. However, Monday convinces them to stay and work together as a team. Next morning, Monday feels sick as she throws up and has a mild fever, but she refuses to let someone take her spot on her day out. After getting ready, Monday leaves for work by taking the identity of Karen and meets her secret boyfriend, Adrian. He flirts with her as she tells him she is nervous about today's presentation. Afterward, she comes across her co-worker, Terry, who tries to blackmail her to withdraw from promotion, but Monday ignores him. Meanwhile, her sisters wait for Monday till midnight, but she doesn't show up. The siblings wonder if something happened to Monday, as they can't contact her phone. Consequently, the next day, Tuesday decides to search for Monday by following in her footsteps. When she leaves the building, the security guard points out that he didn't see her coming in last night, but Tuesday keeps her composure and convinces him of being late yesterday. She then enters her bank office and checks the data on Monday's tablet, desk, and documents, but can't find any valuable information. Her secretary informs her that she left the job early to celebrate her promotion at her favorite bar. Her sisters keep watching her from the tracking device when she enters the bar, and a friend informs her that she argued with Jerry, so she left early yesterday. Tuesday decides to confront Jerry about their secret, but suddenly a van from the Child Allocation Bureau forcefully kidnaps her and takes her to an unknown location. They turn off her tracking bracelet, so her siblings suddenly lose her signals and begin to worry about her well-being. Meanwhile, Adrian notices Tuesday being taken forcefully into the Bureau office and gets surprised. She is introduced to Cayman, who shakes hands with Tuesday and starts feeling sorry for her. Tuesday then realizes that they know about her siblings, and she tries to bribe them with money, but all her efforts go in vain. She screams in pain as the agents grab her forcefully while they put a knife near her face. Back at the siblings' house, the sisters worry about Tuesday and her sudden disappearance. They finally decide to take some action to protect her. Suddenly, they spot the KB agents outside their building on the camera and get terrified. When the agents arrive at the building, they kill the watchman before entering the apartment for siblings. As the apartment is highly secure, it can only be opened by a retinal scan, which the agents surprisingly succeed by using a retina in a plastic bag. When the agents enter the building, it's all dark, and the siblings are nowhere to be found. However, they are well informed as they spot the secret button to unlock the secret cabinet where the siblings hide. Consequently, they order the siblings to come out and surrender. Suddenly, Thursday attacks them from behind using a weapon, while other siblings regain their confidence and start fighting the agents. After a long, hard fight, they defeat the agents. But unfortunately, Sunday gets shot by a bullet and dies on the spot. The sisters mourn her death as they say their farewell to Sunday. Meanwhile, at a cryosleep center, Cayman watches the little kids and assures her assistant Joe that they won't suffer. However, he informs her that the team sent for the siblings hasn't responded or returned. He advises her to order a state warrant against them to eliminate these siblings. Yet Miss Cayman refuses as it would damage her reputation about how 7 siblings survived under her nose through many years. Instead of tracking and killing the siblings, she diverts his attention to Jerry and asks him to solve this matter urgently. The sisters check the cornea used by KAB agents to enter their apartment and realize that it belongs to Tuesday. So to find out what happened to both of their missing sisters, Wednesday decides to investigate the matter. The next day, she walks out without disguising herself as Karen and meets Jerry at his apartment. Wednesday wears a special device with sound and camera features so that her sisters can check on her well-being. Jerry looks surprised to see her at his door, welcomes her in, and quickly questions if she accepts his deal about passing the promotion to him. He later informs her that he knows her money transfer contract with Cayman, but a sniper kills him instantly before he can elaborate on the contract. The sisters watching the live feed of Wednesday ask her to leave the apartment instantly as they fear for her safety. Wednesday desperately asks her sisters for directions to flee the place, but soon realizes that many cab agents surround her. She then hides in the bathroom until an agent knocks down the road, catching her off guard, but she strangles him with a shower handle. Later, she cuts his finger to open the gun unloading sensor and cleverly loads it to kill all the agents at the door. More cab agents barge into the apartment, so Wednesday has no choice but to jump in a dumpster. She gets a little injured from the impact and begins running away for her life. Friday informs her about the safe directions and assures her that they can get her out soon. Surprisingly, Wednesday is saved by an angry mob who protests against the Child Allocation Bureau in the streets. She then starts running away towards the roof, which can help her reach her apartment. Suddenly, a new problem arises for the siblings at the apartment as Adrian knocks at their door. They get surprised as they strategize what to do next, and Saturday volunteers to greet Adrian at the door. She pretends to know him when he flirts with her. Later, Thursday convinces Saturday to leave with Adrian to get more information about him. As soon as they both leave, the girls suddenly turn on the live feed of Wednesday as she has just reached the roof. They convince her to jump off the roof as a last resort to protect herself from getting arrested. Unfortunately, Wednesday comes across Joe, who kills her instantly with his bullet as she falls down the building. Her sisters watch this scene in horror as they cry for their deceased sibling. Meanwhile, Saturday and Adrian reach his apartment, and she cleverly links her bracelet with his to sync all the data. They spend the night together as her siblings get all data on Adrian. They realize that Monday dated Adrian and also got the contract which Jerry mentioned. It shows the huge funds transfer from Karen to Cayman, which makes the siblings suspicious. But strangely, Karen has no signatures at the end of the contract. They even access the data from the processing center and find that Monday is alive and being kept in a prison cell. The next morning, Adrian leaves for work while Saturday stays at his apartment. She calls her sisters about the whole scenario and feels scared about their future, as they request her to be careful. Suddenly, 3 armed agents from the Cayman arrive and point a gun at Saturday as her sisters watch the scene on the live feed. Just as they assume that Saturday died, the agents arrive outside their apartment. They throw smoke bombs through the window as they try to enter the building. Friday desperately attempts to save all their photos into her bracelet as their memories, but Thursday forces her out of the building. Suddenly, Friday decides to return and sacrifice herself to save her sister. She syncs their data in Thursday's bracelet before blowing the apartment, killing the KB agents with her. Thursday screams with agony, watching her sister die in the explosion. Adrian watches this news of the explosion and rushes towards the apartment building. On his way, he watches them taking away the burned body of Friday. And just as he tries to see her, the authorities deny him access. He sadly sits back in his car when an angry Thursday holds him hostage and blames him for selling them out. Therefore, he assures her that he loves Karen and just met her this morning, so Thursday informs him that it isn't her, but a twin sister. Later, she requests him to help rescue Monday, and he agrees. They make a plan as he takes her fake dead body in a bag to Cryosleep Center. Unfortunately, Thursday comes across a horrifying scene as she watches them burn the kids alive instead of putting them to sleep. She immediately records the video on her smart bracelet and kills the technician who burns the children. Adrian immediately helps her out, and they discover Tuesday imprisoned in one cell. She shivers with fear as Thursday hugs her. Afterwards, Tuesday informs them about Monday's deal with Cayman. Meanwhile, Monday meets Cayman in her office, and they both sign the contract about the funds transfer. Cayman taunts Monday about being non-trustworthy since she sold her flesh and blood. After the meeting, Monday feels nauseous and goes to the bathroom as Cayman leaves for her presidential election campaign. As soon as Monday enters the bathroom, she comes across Thursday, who taunts her for being selfish. Monday does not feel remorse as she defends her actions by saying she is tired of her old lifestyle and being the responsible one. She claims that the real Karen Setman identity belongs to her. Later, Thursday states in tears how their sisters died in front of her, which makes Monday feel guilty for her betrayal. Monday justifies herself by stating that she fell in love with Adrian, which made her selfish. The deal with Cayman got out of control, resulting in her sibling's death. Suddenly, Monday gets fed up with the conversation and decides to act upon the idea of killing Thursday with her gun. Both sisters get into an intense fight, and finally, Thursday succeeds in shooting Monday. Assuming she killed Monday, Thursday leaves the bathroom and joins the Cayman election campaign. However, Adrian and Tuesday struggle with fighting the guards and enter the database. Tuesday quickly starts the system to upload the video which Thursday made in the Cryosleep Center. Cayman starts her speech and elaborates on how she managed to overcome the problem of overpopulation by strict measures. She even promises people they will revoke the one-child policy in a few years. Just as the video of her achievements starts playing on the big screen, the scene of a child being burned alive at Cryocenter starts playing. People gasp in horror after watching this scene and condemn her actions as Cayman desperately screams. Cayman spots Thursday in the crowd dressed as Monday and blames her for this public humiliation. However, real Monday arrives at the party heavily injured and tries to kill Cayman, but the guards kill her instantly. The siblings, Tuesday and Thursday, reach their dying sister and hold her hands when Monday pleads with them to save her unborn children. After a few days, Tuesday gets her eye replacement surgery while Cayman gets arrested by police and sentenced to death. The One-Child Policy Act gets revoked for now due to public pressure. Tuesday finally gets her new identity and names herself Terry, while Thursday keeps Karen Setman's identity. Later, the siblings and Adrian visit the fertility center where Monday's unborn twin children are kept in an artificial womb.